I've just wrapped up my first ambassador cruise, spending 5 nights on the Ambition, and I want to tell you all about it. I'll be covering the highs and the lows, from the ship to the food, the entertainment, and everything in between. I'll be sharing my personal experiences, anything I liked and disliked, and giving each area a rating out of 10. So let's kick things off with how we started our cruise. We embarked the Ambition in London Tilbury, and the check-in process was really smooth. It took less than 5 minutes to go from the terminal door to onboard the ship. There were plenty of people there to collect your luggage, and honestly the process couldn't be any simpler. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. For this cruise I stayed in cabin 9056, which is an inside cabin located just next to the forward stairwell. Now I won't be marking the cabin's location because I let the cruise line decide where they put me, but I will talk about the cabin itself. The cabin is moderately sized and features adequate storage for all of your things. Its layout is logical, so you won't be tripping over everything as you try and get around. It features all of the amenities you'd expect, including a kettle and tea making facilities, but does lack a mini fridge. It features a mix of both European and UK sockets, as well as a USB fast charger and a USB-A charger as well. You won't find anything fancy, but it does the job really well. 8 out of 10. Now you won't find any fancy facilities on board, as Ambassador aims to bring you a more traditional style of cruising. You will, however, find a theatre, a small but adequate sized gym, a spa, and a selection of bars and restaurants to choose from. Whilst facilities are lacking, they do put them to good use, having events held in them throughout the cruise. 6 out of 10. Whilst you will find a performance in the theatre each night from either the showcast or a guest act, there is a noticeable lack of entertainment held throughout the day. Whilst these events are likely aimed at their mission at a more traditional style of cruising, it can feel a little bit empty on those sea days. A plus point is whilst the shows do seem to focus on both singing and dancing, they do also have theatre shows on throughout the cruise, which was a nice addition to see. These theatre shows were held in the main theatre and also in different locations around the ship. The shows held in the evening showcased a sheer talent of both singers and dancers, which were a joy to watch. Whilst the entertainment did feel lacking at times, especially on the sea days, I recognise that I am not Ambassador's target audience, and that they would likely appreciate what they're offering. 6 out of 10, but considering the target audience, 8 out of 10. The food on board was to a very high quality, and there wasn't anything that I ate on board that I didn't enjoy. Whilst the quality was good, the selection was also varied enough, especially if you include the other dining rooms. However, as a gluten-free eater, my options were a lot more restricted than others, as adaptations were only made for afternoon tea and for bread and dessert. Again, given the size of the ship, this is understandable. However, my experience of eating in the buffet wasn't so good. The capacity of the buffet area appears to be a lot lower than the capacity of people on board. It was very common to struggle to find somewhere to sit and eat meals, and this was something that I heard other people complaining about as well. We were of course sailing in cold climates, so this did restrict a lot of the outdoor areas which would have previously been used to sit some guests. Additionally, the windows in which food is available is a lot more restricted than any other cruise line I've been on. It was very common to have between 1 and 2 hours between each meal where there would be no food available. This is something again that I heard a lot of people complaining about and made it feel very restricted in the times that you can eat, often having to plan in your days in port or on the ship around the times that food is available. Of course, you can order room service for a charge that is available 24/7. However, as a gluten-free eater, most of the items on this menu did contain gluten. So overall, the experience with food was a bit of a mixed bag. For the quality, I'll give it 9 out of 10. Selection, I'll give it 7 out of 10. And facilities of where you can eat the food, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. When you are on board, you have the option of buying Wi-Fi in either 24-hour increments or for the entire voyage. Along with this, they have 3 different tiers to cater the speeds and things you'll be able to do on each one. During my voyage, I bought 2 of the basic 24-hour packages, and my experience using these was very good. Overall, the ship had very good coverage. There wasn't really any areas where I couldn't get a signal. The pricing of the packages is very competitive with other cruise lines, and it's good to have the availability to pick the tier that you want. 9 out of 10. The decision on whether I recommend Ambassador depends on the type of experience you're looking for. If you're looking for a more classic and traditional experience, then you'd probably enjoy it. You can get some really good deals with Ambassador that offer excellent value for money, but just remember when you do book that gratuities are not included. If you want to see what I got up to on this cruise, then you can check out this playlist here. Also remember to subscribe for more cruising content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.